Hello everyone, this is Billy.
Hi everyone, this is Stephen.
And welcome to our third instructional video on how to approach an IELTS speaking test.
In this third video, we're going to be looking at the next tip for how you should prepare to take the speaking test.
Okay, so the third one is this one. So the third one is this one, sounding scared or nervous, right? I think students get really nervous or scared, and even I get really nervous because people don't really know how it would be, right?
Yeah, people just get really worried before taking the test.
Right. So before moving on to the explanation, we're going to show you the imagination, like how students would think the IELTS speaking test would be, but it's not real. So let's take a look at this first.
Enter.
Hi.
Sit down.
Okay.
ID.
ID. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
So, what items do you prefer to buy online and why?
Online shopping. I'm so sorry. I buy online. I forget.
Speak! Come on, 10 seconds left.
I like shopping online. I'm so sorry.
Time up, failed.
So I also get really nervous and get really scared. But why do you think students get really nervous or scared?
I think the number one reason, like any test, is that people aren't preparing in the right way. So sometimes when people go into the IELTS speaking test to have a conversation, it might be the first time they are actually having a conversation with, certainly with an examiner, but maybe even with a native English speaker. So I think people just get so worried that they can't do it, that they don't actually prepare to do it.
Right. And also students would think the examiners would be really scary and really demanding, like in the imagination, right? But it's not real, right?
Not like that at all. Each IELTS examiner is specially trained to be welcoming and to make the candidate feel comfortable, because it wouldn't be fair if the examiner had such a big personality or strong personality that everyone felt intimidated by them. They would be a terrible examiner. So now their job is simply to follow the instructions and to speak with you. And so all you should concentrate on is, okay, how can I answer the questions? How can I speak in the best way possible? Right.
And like to avoid being nervous or scared, I think just studying IELTS would be the best way. But is there any other way to, get rid of like nervousness or being scared? Yeah,
I think like any time that you have to perform, and everyone gets nervous when they have to perform in a test, is just to, first of all, practice as much as possible before the test so that you know I can speak and I know how the test will work.
Yeah,
so
we should get used to it, right?
Yeah, I will relax about that. But also do the normal things that you would do when you want to get rid of your anxiety. Try and get a good night's sleep. Don't study all night before the test. Practice with friends, just listen to English language radio or TV. Just surround yourself with things. But also have a good breakfast. Make sure that you've drank enough water, that you're not dehydrated. And breathe. Before you go into the test, breathe. All over the world, students take language exams, and that is always the same piece of advice I've always been given. Just breathe and center yourself, and think of the examiner like an uncle or an aunt, rather than a scary person.
Right. And usually students can have break time before the speaking test, right? Like after reading and writing test, right?
Yeah. You're normally given even an hour, sometimes even more, just to go and center yourself.
And we can even have lunch before having
if you're hungry, eat.
Right.
Because if you're hungry, you can't concentrate, you're more likely to be nervous.
Right. And I think students are really obsessed with being 100% perfect for the test. But it's not really realistic, and students can make mistakes. So like, is it okay to make just mistakes like saying and like stuttering?
Yeah, because those utterances are a perfectly normal part of conversation. And again, I think it takes us back that people always forget the IELTS speaking test is just a conversation. It's not a test in a sort of very formal way. So of course you might pause, you might stutter, you might make a few mistakes, but then you just make up for it. And there's absolutely no reason for that to be wrong, because that is how native speakers are.
Right. And it's definitely okay to laugh, right?
Yes, laugh as much as possible to make you comfortable and to make the examiner know that, okay, the student is feeling comfortable and relaxed.
Right. And do examiners also laugh?
Yeah, there's nothing in the guidelines that says they can't laugh, but maybe they will be a little bit conservative, you know, instead of laughing for a minute. But,
Yeah, because it's the test.
yeah, but they will show humor.
Right. So it's the test, but we can think it's a just casual conversation, like having a conversation with friends.
Yeah, one tip I always give to my students, you know, when they travel, I say, do you meet people and do you talk to them? Oh yeah, all the time. It's exactly the same. You're just meeting a new person. Think of them as a friend, a new friend, and just have a conversation as best as you can.
Yeah, and it's not like, you know, having a conversation with a computer.
Not at all. It's a real person. So you're also a real person. So this is, you know, perfectly normal.
Right. So keep that in mind. Like, examiners are usually really, really nice people. And they are really kind. So you don't need to be really nervous or scared. Exactly. They are not scary.
Not at all.
And based on the explanation, we're going to show you the realistic scene of the IELTS speaking test with a student and an examiner.
So let's take a look. Good morning. Please come in, have a seat.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, my name is Stephen. What shall I call you?
Oh, you can call me Billy.
Billy, may I see your ID, please?
Oh, sure. Here it is.
Thank you very much. Okay. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, let's go.
So we've been talking about the third thing to avoid while having an IELTS speaking test.
We'll be back soon with the fourth tip to help you best prepare for when you take the speaking test.
Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.